Hello folks, how are we doing? Nice to see you. How are we this Wednesday? Everybody happy? Can you hear me? More to the point, isn't my mic switched on tonight? How are we? How are we all? Right. Good to see you all. Vincent, Mikhail, Salamander, Neo, La Bomber, Quantum, Scorpion, Bootneck, me, Boltar. How you doing everyone? Long Hill, good to see you. Hope you're all doing good tonight. John St. Clair, nice to see you again, my man. Much appreciate for you to join me. So, we are, I tell you not, we are on a knife edge here. I have set up things. We've already dumped 6 trailer loads into the BGA, but I finally found out why my game kept crashing. So basically, while the BEET harvester is running on Courseplay, it's fine, and I can tab in and out of the tractor fine. If I get out of the tractor, there's something somewhere near the BEET harvester which crashes the game. So I have been saving like a madman all the time, but we're nearly, a few more loads will be finished in this field, which is good, but it's not great. The moment I get to sell this harvester, the happier I'll be. So Farmer Hamish, Faber, how you doing, my man? Nice to see you. Grant as well. Antoine, welcome. Chris Perkins, nice to see you. Pizzo, welcome back. DGP, how's it going, man? And Matthew, welcome back, dude. Nice to see you. Great to see you all, guys. If you can smash that like button, I hate saying that, it's such a cheesy way of doing it, but if you can hit the like button, I would really appreciate it. But we are actually finally making progress. Evening, Dean. How's it going? Nice to see you. This has been one of the most testing times I've ever had in FS19. Like literally everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong with this. So I'm really pleased that at the moment, touch wood, it's going all right. It's going all right. Mark Thor's in the house. Cranky's in the house. Nice to see you guys. Squiggy, good to see you guys. Yeah, we're just hoping and praying that we can get to the end of this. Yeah. So, how's everybody's weeks going so far? Everybody having a good week? I have to say, it's been crazy for me at work. So, and didn't have a Marksville for Tuesday. Argsy and I were laughing earlier on today, saying like my whole schedule is thrown out because I've usually recorded Tuesday's video on Sunday, and I didn't have one this week because we live streamed. So there we go. But we've got a few more passes here. We've already dumped 6 trailer loads in, so we've got about 160,000 litres already in the BGA. I think we'll have over 200,000. Somebody said last week, I think it might have been Fusion or Scorpion, predicted it'd be over 200,000 litres of beets, which was not a bad guesstimation, to be honest. The biggest challenge is going to be getting to the end of this and not crashing the computer while we sort it out. Oh, Cranky's got the Lexion going. How is it, mate? You enjoying it? It's a nice mod, isn't it? It is a nice mod. Just 1 second while I removed. Just getting rid of the spammers. There, they're gone now. Right, you're gonna, there we go. Me X 2080, indeed it is, sir. Tim Maslin, welcome mate, how you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Hey, Cam Lambert, how's it going? Wanton, you've just started rocking the John Deere 4940 self-propelled. That's not a terrible bit of kit to be driving around in. Dean, when do I start West Texas? Argsy and I were actually having a little bit of a modathon on it today, just picking what toys we'd like to have on it. So yeah, not too long. It's not me X, just say Mex, as in name. Okay, Mex, I will do that. Tony Weatherman. Does anybody have an issue with Courseplay? When activated and you tab, it crashes the game. I'm on the latest version. I have the opposite, Tony. If I'm on Courseplay and I hit E to get out of the tractor, it crashes then. But actually I can tab to it fine. But it does feel like there's maybe a little... it does seem like there's a little problem. Maybe. Farmer Taz got his second shot today and then golfed, so if I fall asleep it's not you, it's me. So you won't even know if you've got a sore arm, Taz, from doing exercise or from your shot. Teenage Astronaut, welcome, welcome. Turan, how you doing? Or Thor, I'll do that. Oh, Brian P sneaked in there as well. Hello, Brian. Didn't see you arrive. So as soon as we've got these beets out of the way, we're coming towards the end of the day here, which is timed quite nicely. We've got that corn sitting there, which we can combine tomorrow. We've already picked up the header for that. So we'll actually see the return on our beets pretty quickly. Hello, Trey. Nice to see you, man. Hope you're good. Save the game. Oh, I've been saving like a madman, Rob. Can't tell you. Can't tell you. We'll save after every load. Fill the slot. Yeah, that's the only problem with that Lexion Grant, is the pipe is a little bit short if you put a big header on it. So this thing is honestly the glitchiest little. Honestly, as soon as I've got rid of this, I'll feel a lot more comfortable. So what I would say, Quantum, beets are not bad. Trying to do beets on the cheap is the problem. If you've got one of those 500 grand Holmer harvesters, it's a walk in the park. Thierry has just cracked a Duvel. Very nice indeed. I'm not actually... I've got water tonight. I've got Fordson. How's the Fordson? Keith Reeves, how is the Fordson? It's doing well. It's not ready for an unveil yet, but I think maybe Sunday's episode? Maybe Sunday's episode? Scorp. Yeah, I want to see Scorp speed beating. Speed beats. Dimmerus, welcome back, my friend. Nice to see you again. Beats are not bad, they're evil. There's a t-shirt right there. Alright, let's see what happened now. I don't know how we managed to... Okay, it's going to go. I love the way that the auger pipe disappears into the ground as well. Should have done tatties, that's coming. But I'm still in denial that that'll ever be a video. I'm hedging my bets that I'll never get that many subs. So I'm going to save again. Oh, it's doing it for me. We're literally saving loads of times here. I think he's got one pass left. Hopefully it's enough to just fill this up. Rob's stuck on mobile until you get your big PC home. Oof, I have to say, I've never played the mobile version. Horseplay workers don't like BEET, Holmer BEET harvest. Is that right, Grant? Did not know that. Edgar, welcome, mate. Nice to see you again. Go on, finish. Right. There we go. There are a few missing in the field. I'm going to live with that. I'm just beyond delighted to have got this done. That was honestly... There was nearly a very premature end to the Bulls Gap series last week. Had a proper sense of humour failure. When's the next Italy video? Hopefully later this week, Keith. Probably actually maybe Saturday. Problem with Italy, it takes a long time to pull together. I might actually turn seasons off on Italy. There we go. We're unloaded, I think. I think we're done. Let's go and ditch this. He is done, I think. So we'll unload this. Kick the cat, yeah. I just woke both the kids up and shouted at them. Didn't know what the hell was going on. I didn't. Not that mean. Yeah, I'm enjoying it too, Keith. It's very sedate. It's a very relaxing vid to put together. It just takes a long time. And I think it's because of seasons. But maybe I'll keep seasons on. I don't know. It just means that you kind of struggle to fill an episode without having big gaps in it. Well, Bomber, don't worry. As soon as this trailer's empty, I'm saving it. It doesn't crash. It's fine. This tractor and trailer is fine, and the other tractor's fine if you're in it. It's just remembering not to tab out of the tractor because it freezes everything. And it'll be wheeled straight to the. It's going to be wheeled straight to my workshop there, and it is going to be sold instantly. And hopefully, with it, all of the problems will go away. He says nervously. Right, there we go. So now, let's just save it, because now I'm going to tab to the other tractor. So there we go. So we had all manner of problems. I couldn't lift this. Loads of reasons why this doesn't work, but I'm going to fold it up now. So see this? Can't start or stop the tractor. Oh, it's on Courseplay, that's why. Let's maybe stop Courseplay. There we go. Fold it up. Fold in the pipe. And we are selling it. Even in Fusion. Nice to have you, mate. Potatoes in that field next. It's just mean. I have to say, this new John Deere, very disappointed with the engine sound compared to the other one. Very disappointed. No, there's no issue with the map. Map's been working fine for months now. We've had no crashing issues with the map. A couple of auto drive issues, but no, the map's been great. Somebody said last week they have a whole heap of issues on the Bulls Gap, loads of errors throwing up and stuff like that. And I've never actually looked at the log tonight because I wonder if it's something to do with the map. But no, the map was clean. The map was really clean. Courseplay had a lot of bugs in it, and I updated my Courseplay to the latest one. But so there we go. We've done our beats. Now, Right, my calculations, what have I got? I've done 8 trailer loads of 27,000. What's that in real money? 216,000 litres of beets. That's pretty tidy. Let's just drop this in here, I think, for now. And we will... I put silage sides on the trailer as well, because it was quite a small trailer load. Of 14,000 without those sides on was going to be... So let's dump the trailer back in the shed. Although I don't know what's happened to my... it would appear to have bent my... the rear of my trailer. I don't know how I've done that. Oh well. Got this in the shed. I'll give you a little... We'll have a look at the Fordson show. Well, nothing's changed on it, but it starts now. Got it started. Yeah, something's gone wrong with my trailer, definitely. I don't remember bending it or crashing into anything. But then again, I could have said that a lot of times with my crash counter. You know what I'm like. So we've got quite a few things to do tomorrow. We've got some bales up on the top field which we combined the other day. I think what we're going to do is combine the corn first though, because we can get that into the distillery tomorrow as well. So we'll do that, and we've got the top field to put digestate on, and this field here. So we've got quite a lot to do. Quite a lot to do. I'm on. Welcome. How are you? Thanks for joining the stream, Jan the Viking. Welcome, my friend. Glad you've discovered the series. Hope you're enjoying it. Evening, Scott, as well. So hard to keep up with the chat and play the game now. I don't want to put it on slow either. So, yes, corn. Ready tomorrow. Which is positive. Got some bales to do, but they're right by the bale sell point, so that's positive. The grill is on. I think the animals are in good fettle. We better just check. Waterwick and Bwyan. Yep, they're well fed and well watered. Chickens, I've got food. They're producing a decent amount of eggs now as well, which is quite good. We did sell our first batch the other day. Oh my goodness, it's nearly full again. It's nearly full again. I thought that, Tim. That little bent trailer was interesting, wasn't it? What are we doing here? Does the trailer have damage? The bomber. Moggy, are we able to play it? No, unfortunately, it's a single-player game. Moggy. Chris Queensbury, welcome. Nice to see you. Evening, Args. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. FSG, am I happy with that corn header? It looks fantastic, Mark. I haven't used it yet, so we'll find out tomorrow, but it looks bang tidy. Look at that. Nicely colour matched as well. Ah, look. Need to clean my combine. Oh, I'll clean it before we do the corn tomorrow. So, now Chris has just bought FS19. What a difference from 17. Interesting. There you go, mate. There you go. Halligan, nice to have you here. You're very welcome. Glad they are helpful to you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Right, so what we're going to do now, other than save the game, again, for safety's sake, we will zip forward, because it's coming towards the end of the day, and let's see how much money these beets bring us. This has been hard-earned. I deserve this. I deserve this. So, animal upkeep, 600 for the horses, to train them, because I'm lazy and I can't be bothered doing it myself. We'll get our payday, 43,000 from the beets, and 470 property maintenance. So, 43,000 for the beets. I probably paid that in machinery, and I more than paid for it in pain. That's not as lucrative as... silage. I would have been better grassing that and baling it, although I wouldn't have got 260,000 litres worth. But it is what it is, isn't it? You know, we've got to try stuff. If you keep doing the same stuff over and over, you'll never get anything done. So, there we go. We tried it. It was an interesting experiment. One I'll never want to repeat. So, where are we now? Right, let's... what do we want to do first, guys? What do you want to do? Do you want to combine the corn? Do we want to go and do some baling? Want to do some digestate spreading? I'll let you guys decide today. I'll go with the majority on this. Who fancies what? Little tankers there waiting. Oh, I'll show you the Fordson while you're telling me what you want me to do today. Log in. Alright, Rob. Corn. I imagine, I've got a funny feeling it's going to be corn. Fordson is coming along though. Listen to this. You ready? Got it started. So it's all greased and oiled. It still looks horrendous, but that's the next job. Start tarting it up. But yeah, it's a fun little project. Corn. It looks like almost. It's in fact unanimous. We're doing corn, apart from Argsy, who I'm ignoring. We are not doing potatoes. The horsepower on that? I don't know, Rob. Probably about 14. Right. Oh, got a bit of wood there as well. Can't get out. Right, let's run. We're just going to dump straight into the trailer, I think. Is the Pope driving your tractor? Right, we'll run this up. Who's seen those new Demcos from Custom Modding this week? That tarp animation is the nicest thing I think I've seen in FS19, full stop. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely stunning it is. Right, here we go. Let's park him here. As you can see, it's nice and clean to accept that nice clean corn. Let's kick on with this. Mr. Cultivator, nice to see you, man. Great to have you here. Let's dive into the corn. Big thanks again to Mark Thor for the epic combine. Mega stuff. Couldn't take us long to do this. It kind of is on the sides, Scorp. I've got it dirty already. It is a great combine. It is the business. I grew up with these. These are what our contractors used to come and cut our crops with in the summer. Absolutely love it. Not blue one though. We had this. We had the standard class colour one. Edgar, I thought that Argsy was your friend. He's kind of more like a brother, if you know what I mean. Love him to bits, but he's a pain in the backside sometimes. This class combine doesn't have a dirt mask. It does on the sides. It does on the sides, Botar. Maybe it'll keep expanding. It's got a little bit on the back here as well. I actually think it's quite nicely done. Maybe not. Maybe it needs a bit more dust on the top, I agree. Grandpa Hilljack, welcome back. Nice to see you. Chris, I stream every Wednesday by default. I'll sometimes throw a few extras in there if I'm feeling in the mood for it, or I've run out of time to do a video. But it's a Dominator 106. Matthew, it's a Dominator 106. But in Ford colours, which is actually a real thing. Actually, they produced them on behalf of Ford in the late 80s, early 90s, so this was a legit, real combine. Thomas, what CPU specs do you need to really play 60 frames per second on high preset, long in the game with considerable amounts of equipment? To be honest, Thomas, you could have the most powerful PC in the world. There's a cap on the actual farm sim game isn't really optimized for the latest new equipment. So, I mean, you could probably get away with a nice GTX 1080, I think, or something like that. I mean, there's people in here that have got more computer knowledge than me, but I'm running a 2080 here, and in some maps I can only reach 30 frames a second. It doesn't use kind of multi-core on your CPU or your GPU, so it doesn't really take advantage of all the power. So it's one of the things I'm incredibly hopeful for in FS22 is that the technical advances they've made with the engine, which they've already talked about, they're going to make a big difference, I hope. Is that right, Grant? There you go. There you go. I did not know it existed as a thing until Mark created it, and I did a little bit of Googling online, and there it was. We had a picture of it up the other week. Oh, we'll get some corn stalks here as well. Jan, lovely to see you. Hope to see you again soon, my friend. Oh, Scott George, how you doing, mate? Optimization is the most exciting thing for me in FS22. Genuinely think we'll see a noticeable difference. Halligan, when is it coming out? At the moment, Q4 this year. So any time between October and December. So at the moment you could probably take a wild punt that it will be somewhere in the middle of that. So there you go, Imon's running a GTX 1650, and he's probably getting a pretty decent thrust of things out of it. Little King, what's the best way to get farming experience when most farms don't take on inexperienced people? Just persevere, Little. Harass them, just keep pestering them until they give you a chance. I think is the only way. I know what you mean. Don't know if you go to college or anything and have got kind of farming experience from that perspective, but it's the same is true when you're starting out in any job. I went through the same when I started my career as well. Some people just don't want to touch you because you haven't got any experience, and it sucks. Because you know deep down you'd give it a good go, but so there you go. Right, let's go and unload this on 97%. I'm not starting another row. Gizmo! Welcome! Get yourself on the Discord and we'll... In fact, I'll share the Discord here. Yeah, get yourself on the Discord and we'll get you set up for... Get yourself set up for the multiplayer server. Bootneck makes a good point there. That is a good point. Little King, sometimes it might be as much of proving to them that you mean you're serious, and that can be working for a week for nothing to prove a point. Maddie, this is a single player game, so no, unfortunately cannot join this one. Farm Sim Snowy, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Got the revs right up on this. I should probably turn that off while I'm unloading, shouldn't I? Just burning through fuel. Burning through fuel. Mobius, you missed the very nerve-wracking BEET harvest. Okay, Little King, if you're not going to listen or read the comments and just keep asking the same question, we'll just leave you to it, shall we? There we go. Tim Dainton, nice to see you. Oh, I thought I'd finished them. Too busy reading the chat. Last little bits out. Massey Lee, welcome. Yeah, the BEET field is done, I'm afraid. I'm not afraid, I'm delighted the BEET field is done. And I never want to see BEETs for a long time. Yes, we got the topper and we got the harvester sorted, so we're good. In the end, it actually ran pretty smoothly, ultimately. Just getting there was torture. We'll get some nice money from these corn stalks as well. I completely forgot about the corn stalks, so that's a positive. That's a positive indeed. And now I'm missing bits. Now I'm missing bits. You didn't miss much, guys, other than me stressing that it was going to crash. Thanks, Snowy. Yeah, no, it's turned into a bit of a labour of love, this series. It's by far my longest series now. Without question. Without question. Botar. There will be no onions. The onions are going to stay in the greenhouse, and that's that. That is that. Right, we'll do one more lap, and then we will start running the up and down. I was quite enjoying driving this, actually. Coursplay's got its place, but sometimes it's just nice to drive stuff. Just nice to drive stuff. Unfortunately, you can't have carrots on this map, which is a real shame. I'm gutted they can't have carrots. Should we do a little bit of in-cab for... It's as noisy inside. I remember this actually. These Dominators used to be so noisy inside. I reckon the driver is probably deaf now. Hey Hordy, how's it going? Scuba Steve, how's tricks, my man? Nice to see you. Gonna avoid missing any, which is easier said than done. Although the combine vid I did the other day, the new combines, the views on that 60-foot Midwest header on the X9 that I put on, honestly, you can see for days. Costigan, welcome man, nice to see you. Hope everything's good with you. This header's on the verge of being, I don't know if it's too big, it struggles up this first hill. I've always remembered that I ran, not this, it was the 98 on Purbeck Valley in the first ever series I did, and I was running at 1 mile an hour up some of these very shallow hills. Hey Carl, nice to see you, nice to see you. Matthew's old school. No auto steer, no GPS. Hands on the wheel and focus. The good way, the old way to do it. Nice. Si, it's pretty well fixed actually. Don't need to repair it at the moment, I don't think. It's just its lack of horsepower with the big corn header. It runs smoother with the corn header on. I just think it needs a lot more power for this header. Thank you, Nicholas. Yeah, do you know what? That really turned into a labour of love. I was saying to the guys on Discord the other night that I finished my day's work at about 6 PM, and that was my idea for the vid, but I hadn't done any kind of prep work for it and planned it or anything. I literally went and ate something about 6:30, sat down, started working on it, and 3:30 in the morning I'd almost finished it. I had a little tiny bit of editing left to do, and I just couldn't. I literally couldn't keep my eyes open. And Mark, if you could drop the speed a little bit, drop it to sort of 6-7 miles an hour, but just give me a little bit more horsepower, that'd be sick. That'd be awesome. So yeah, that combine, I started to get a little bit OCD about how nice a shot could I get, and I lost I don't know how many hours. And that shot at the end when I was running the 4 different combines together, I tried to get the 6, but yeah, I think it was either too tired or because they all had different width headers on as well, so I couldn't even run a courseplay course. So it was all done with follow me, and yeah, it was just a step too far at 3 in the morning. Which combine did you pick up that you didn't have, Scorpion? Scuba Steve, yeah, you missed the beats, mate. It was just a little interlude. Oh, we're full. We're full. Didn't even see that. Too busy chatting. The Agco. Yeah, that Agco from Aran Modding is really nice. Some of the options he's put on it are really nice. That Alexian's still my favourite looking combine. I mean, it's a bit old now. I don't know what year it was, about 2010, so it's a decade old now, but it's a gorgeous combine. And CNH did a brilliant job with it as well. Quantum Conscious, it gives you swath if you've got straw meat installed, and you can bale the corn stalks. Ryan, welcome back. Nice to see you. I mean, all of those combines are outstanding. Outstanding. I mean, even the 9240, the case one. It's not one I use often, but it's steam count. It's such a same steam count of stock modding, because their stuff was brilliant. Really was. I honestly felt like that a lot, Steve. I was ready to give up so many times, but you know what? I just thought I can't do it. I've got to prove to a point that it happened to me with logging many moons ago. I couldn't do logging, just couldn't do it. Just never worked. It was nice. The nice thing about the Alexion is the fact that you could get a 25,000 litre capacity out of it. It was, you know, until the X9 came along, it was easily one of the biggest capacity combines, unless you're Scorpion and you mod them, you know, in a base game. But did I listen to Hit the Difference yet? No, do you know what? I completely forgot, Case. I'm going to have to remember. Have I checked out the FDR logging mods? I have indeed. I have indeed. The biggest change that I think would help my logging, well, much as I enjoy it now, would be getting dual joysticks to control anything excavating or logging machines. I think you need dual joysticks to really enjoy it. So I think that's going to be my maybe an investment in those in a little while. It's either those or it's a sim racing setup. It'll probably be both. Chatted to Mrs. FSG about it this week. She wasn't against it. More of a question of would your viewers watch that? Would they enjoy seeing you that? You're a farm sim channel. If you ended up doing another sim game, would you put some of them off? So they were good questions, valid questions. So I think if I did it, it would never take over the farm content. I think it would be more of a, maybe you'd have a Friday night race night or something like that. Different video on different air seeders. We're definitely going to do some more site. There's definitely, I think there's going to be a planters, top 5 best planters, maybe seeders as well. We could do, I mean, we could do lots of stuff, couldn't we? Best top 5 tillage equipment, things like that. Combine racing. What sim game am I thinking? I'd probably run a few Hordy. I'd probably look at Assetto Corsa Competizione. Dabbled already a little bit in iRacing. I see the new F1 games coming out. So there's lots I could pick from. The game's not the issue. I've kind of fallen in love with Fanatec steering wheels. Yeah, vintage tractors is a good one, Tim. Vintage machinery, full stop, is a good one. Vintage combines, that could be quite good fun, couldn't it? DB120 drill all the way. Do you think, Quantum? I have to say, I think I've had my head turned by the early riser planter, the custom modding's early riser planter. Case Gif Gaff, you should do a video of just messing around in FS19 and doing jumps with quads and stuff. That's not really my style, Case. I think that the guys that follow me, that's not really their thing. And if you do want that thing, there's guys that do that way better than I'd do it. You know, so your clutches and people like that, I think I would not be able to give it the justice that those guys do. Corn with straw, how, Neo? This is there's a mod called Straw Me, which allows you to bale canola and corn and soybean straw. And the best thing about it, Neo, is it sells for about 4 or 5 times the price of normal straw. Take care, Scuba. Sleep well, dude. Sleep well on the night shift. Well done. Mike Hansen, nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. Oh, custom modding at the moment are just coming out with some of the best mods. They really are. The John Deere Cedar and Air Cart was phenomenal. And they've just, everything since then has been just breathtaking. In fact, everything they do. Their 9R, I just love their 9R still. FS man, nice to see you. Anything except sunflowers. That's right, Bowtie, yeah, you can't get straw from sunflowers. La Bomber, how would real farming look like if they had Corsair? They kind of have, mate. They've kind of got the GPS stuff that you can get. Will allow you to pretty much do a course-play course. Hamish, are you doing the DCS thing? Full again, I didn't notice. Do you not think the funny thing, Hamish, is the actual game costs you like 20 quid and then all the stuff? I mean, you could go nuts. I mean, some of the stuff I've been like, there's guys running around with 20, 30,000 pound rigs with motion and all of that stuff. It's just nuts. Yeah, I totally agree, Bootneck. The stuff they, you know, even those Demcos. I watched DJ's review of them the other day, and you know, the animation of the PTO, like I said before, the cover, absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. West Texas is coming, Mike Hansen. Yeah, Argsy and I were doing a bit of a dream list of mods for it today, so that's going to be fun pulling that together. Might struggle to get it out ready for next week, but we'll do our best. Johan Boss, this is a Ford class combine. We had that conversation just before, actually, that in the late 80s and early 90s, Class made combines for Ford, which they just coloured blue. I agree, Costi, and I have a few issues with that pack. And also, if you watch your what do you call it? Your log as the game loads in. It's one of my longest loading mods is Sid's Tractor Pack. Takes a long time to load in. But then I have no issues with it in game, other than I can't fold down the steering wheel. That new John Deere, the old-fashioned grain cart that came out today is nice, isn't it? I do like that. No, we've missed a bit again. Last Denators, I remember them as well. Is this really episode 35? I know. It really is. We've been going for a long time on Bull's Gap now, or it feels like we've been going a long time. Joe, I'm loving your streams. You are right when you mentioned recently the awesome FS community. My 6.5-year-old grandson and I are loving it. We have a great time together. That's awesome, Joe. Well, a big hello to your grandson. If he ever wants to tell me what sort of tractor or machine you'd like to see on a stream or on a video, I'd happily do a little special video for him. So just let me know. And we are, yeah, you guys are awesome. You're a brilliant community. Rolled over 16,000 people this morning subscribed to me, which still baffles me that you guys want to sit and watch me play a game, but I can't thank you enough for the support. It's awesome. Can't thank you enough. Huge John Deere fan. Great. Well, no worries, Joe. There'll definitely be some John Deere action on some of my vids in the coming weeks. I can't avoid it. It's my kind of my fail-safe. I always end up going back to it. It's my probably my favourite tractor brand as well. So he's got good choice. He's got good taste. He's got good taste. Now everybody has to tune in to the Farm Sim show on Friday with DJ and Clutch, because friend of the channel, Mr. Farmer Cop, is going to be on, which is going to be awesome. Can I get a larger header? I don't have the horsepower for a larger header, unfortunately. Speed, I would be crawling along at 1 mile an hour. So actually, this is probably a pretty decent trade-off. I'm probably moving fast enough to be able to get through the corn quite quick. Oh yeah, nobody knows what Farmer Cop looks like. Do you think he'll just put shades and his cop cap on? So, Joe Panico, thank you so much, my friend. $10 super chat, a little something for your valued work. You are incredibly generous. I can't thank you enough. I do this for the love of it, not the money, but the donations are always incredibly appreciated, because it does help. It helps run the multiplayer server for the community, and we get to do prizes and giveaways and things like that. So yeah. So in fact, Joe, if you I'm not sure if you're on Discord, but if you could drop me a DM on Discord, or I have got an email address on my YouTube page, drop me a little note. I might just have a little something I could send to your a little FSG thing that I can send to your grandson. Argsy with the Kiwi $50. That is mate, what are you doing? That's not how we roll. But thank you very, very much indeed, mate. That's phenomenal. What a gent. What a gentleman. So yes, everybody, if you missed Saturday night's stream when Argsy and I streamed Marksville Live, we announced that we're going to go and do a multiplayer on West Texas next. So, hey, Kadek's in the house as well. Hello, man. Nice to see you. Yeah, I think we should all go and spam the DJ and Clutch's Farm Sim show on Friday and support Mr. Farmer Cop. Mrs. Arksy was supposed to do it on the weekend. Yeah, I think Mrs. FSG maybe started a trend here. We've got to give a shout out to Gadirk as well for his implementing anhydrous on any map. Argsy had a go at it today, setting up West Texas for the multiplayer, and it worked a treat. So thanks for that, Kadek. A fountain of knowledge you are, sir. Boot neck. I wouldn't put it past you to have 100 grandkids. I had a ride-on John Deere when I was growing up. We had a ride-on Ford. I remember Dad buying a tractor from our local dealer, and they had a pedal tractor in the in the shop, and when he went to pick up the tractor, I spent about half an hour driving around. That was only about 6 or 7, driving around the shop in this pedal tractor, and I barely remember it. Dad regales me the story, but the guy was like, just take it. Had a digger on it, had a front loader on it as well. Brilliant. Oh, Brian's going camping for the weekend. That sounds awesome. William, would I do a series on Newbrook? Possibly. I think there's definitely a nice series to be had on Newbrook. I think if you did like proper, I mean, I'm not talking, 1970s kit. I'm talking 1950s Fordsons, things like that. I think you could do a really brilliant vintage series on Newbrook. It just lends itself to that. The fields aren't too big. Could be awesome. Could be awesome. Oh, I've got full again. I've done that about 3 times and I'm just not paying attention to how full it's getting. I'm just driving. Oh. Fusion with the super chat. As a Texan, you approve of our move to West Texas. We couldn't not go to Texas, could we? I've got 16,000 subs. I reckon about 14,900 of them are from Texas. Do have an inordinate amount of Texans. I don't know how that happened. Hamish, all the best, mate. Thanks for dropping by. Looking forward to this video yours as well. Very excited by your series. If anybody's not seen Farmer Hamish's channel yet, he's just started it, and he's put a brilliant trailer. Camera work and the storytelling in this trailer are something to behold. So definitely go check him out. There's a potential for a very big YouTuber in this man, and he's Scottish, so I've got to give him some props, haven't I? Epic Daily, how are you doing? Oh, I'm glad you do. Yeah, I kind of there's nothing better, is there, than just playing the game and kind of listening and watching. I do a lot of that as well. Edgar, what do I think of the New Lands map? I think the New Lands map is brilliant. I think it's No Man's Land was groundbreaking because we had nothing like it. But unfortunately now everybody's played it. I have a lot of Canadians actually, Andrew. I have a lot of Canadians. Don't you worry. They're more Canadians than you would think, to be honest. Bootneck, take care, my friend. Thank you for the super chat, mate. That's incredibly kind of you as well. Always a pleasure having you here. Keep my feet on the ground. Scooter's here as well. Welcome, mate. And Rob Timson, I saw you drop in there as well. How are you doing? Yeah, I think it's quite a lot of Canadians. We've got quite a lot of Canadians here. So, Jack Holloway, hi from England. Nice one, Jack. From a fellow Englander. It's nice to have you here. Oh, that's a must. The cowboy hat mod for West Texas is a must, isn't it? We can't not. pay homage to the great state without putting a Stetson on. There you go, Cody's from Missouri. We've talked about this before, but you know, it's nuts that on a Wednesday night in chilly Edinburgh, I'm sitting here chatting to people from all over the world. I think it's awesome. So it's not taking us long to do this as well, but this is going to churn us out a rather fantastic amount of whiskey, I think. Well, there you go. More kudos from Scooter for your anhydrous edit, Cadet. Brilliant job. No worries, Mark. Catching a bit. Yeah, we're back on the whiskey. That's definitely been a lucrative boost. So I was thinking the other day, I kind of wanted to get to a point with this series where we had an end point. And I don't know what it is for this series. Probably kind of breaking 1 million would be a pretty big milestone to hit. So we can try that. Then it's just a case of expanding after that. So Cadet, you tend to ramble, but I did think I did enjoy the fact that we had Cadet's teaching voice on. Did you obviously had to plan a little bit with that one, Cadet, because it was instructional, so you had to kind of not, you can't really wing stuff like that, can you? You've got to do a bit of prep for that. But it was Rob, endpoint for the series was nearly last week. It was nearly the endpoint for Farming Simulate because the computer nearly ended up in the road outside. Right, there we go. Corn done. Nice job. Okay, we'll turn that off. I'll have a little drink of water and we'll 6 takes, so teaching voice. Yeah, I bet you were, Argsy. He probably took a nice shiny apple to leave on his desk as well. Teacher's pet. First to do his homework. Cody, I've got this little Mac here, which is a rather nice little tractor. Tractor unit, let's call it that. Oh, it'll be right up your street, Scorpion. A little bit of XML editing. Know how you love that. I know, Speed, right? I even broke my cardinal rule of not leasing because I got that frustrated. And the game crashed, and I ended up not leasing it in the end. So I've actually not broken any rules. Very happy. Nameless. You're still working your way through the series. What have you gotten yourself into? Ah. Enjoy working your way through the series. Is this weird? I ended up watching a couple of old episodes the other day. Just because people had asked some questions. I always think it's funny when somebody leaves a comment going, you do know that if you do this and you do this, and I was like, dude, that episode was like 4 months ago. We've moved on. Excellent, Joe. Fantastic. Play FS19 on Linux. I bet it runs smoother. I know I keep trying to turn that conveyor belt off, Johan, and it turns itself back on, so I'm just leaving it now. I think it's electric anyway. I don't think it's... it doesn't make any noise. So Greta will be happy. Yeah, Kadek, you know, don't you? Yeah, somebody had said it was before the mod had come out, and somebody had put a comment around. You do know there's a mod called Firewood, which you can use to get rid of trees that you don't want to cut up. And I was like, yeah, it was about 2 months before it came out. But it's great, you know, it's great that people are still watching them 4 months, 5 months on. It's nice from that perspective. This Mac is nice, actually. It has no gears though. It's obviously got this like fancy technology under the hood, but it is a nice noise. Fair plays to the guys at Expendables. They do have an ability to put nice engine noises on their stuff. I've not if you've heard the Broncos that Argsy and I have got on Marksville. They're Expendables ones as well, and the sound of those engines is really, really authentic. Squiggy, what's the story behind the Greta humour? When I started this, I'll show you the reason for it. When I started this series, this was all trees, and there's another field up here now. So basically, I must have cut down 1,000 trees. So yeah, we get worried that Greta will be getting upset that we're destroying too many trees. I actually felt guilty one day with the amount of digital trees I cut down. So there you go. Halligan with the super chat. I know it's not much, but this is for all the work you have done that I have taken advantage of to learn how to play. Also, my grandfather was the VP of sales for Mack Trucks before he passed away in 2005. Well, there you go. A little homage to your grandfather, that his legacy is now forever in a computer game, which I think is pretty cool. And thank you very much, Halligan. I appreciate it very much. That's incredibly generous of you, so thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And there you go, you get your name up in lights as well. A 1,000 trees, how dare you! There you go, Mike. So, we'll let that unload. We already had 51,000 litres of barley in here. 42 of corn. This is gonna fill up pretty quick. And don't chainsaw the whiskey, man. There you go. Jack Daniels for everyone. I have got I should wash the Mac, shouldn't I? I think the Mac and the trailer deserve a wash. I promise. Everybody's telling me to wash the Mac. We're gonna wash the Mac out of respect for Halligan's granddad. There we go. Take care, Nameless. Yeah, once you've played catch up, come back and join us, mate. It'd be nice to have you here. Pop open a bottle. I could wash the Mac with whiskey, couldn't I? Right, fine. We'll wash the Mac and we'll wash the Combine. Not wasting good whiskey on washing stuff. Bit of a fire hazard. Yeah. Full chat in the Mac. But we'll definitely wash it before we go back to the yard and park it. Yeah, it's a fairly powerful tractor. It is, or a fairly powerful engine in it. There we go. This road always feels longer than it is. I always think that when you've got something on auto drive coming back from the shop, and you check the map and it's already on that road, and you go, oh, it won't be here. It won't be long before it's here, and then it takes an age for it to arrive. Right. For Halligan, we better respect the Mack truck. Look at that, instantly clean as well. Trailer done as well. There we go. Daniel Fowler, nice to see you. Farming Sim, frankly, we are on, I think it says it in the title, we're in Bull's Gap. Devon Phillips, we have just hauled a load of grain to the whiskey store, and now we are going to wash our machinery, and then we're going to go and do some baling, I think. So we've got a fair bit of baling to do. I think we'll start with the corn stalks, because there's some good money in those. We'll go and dump this, and we'll go and get the combine. Or we tuck it away back in his spot. Let's roll this up to here. And then we will go and get the combine. Bold Robin, I like modding my machines too, but this lot always moan at me for having dirty machinery, so I'm going to be nice and do as I'm told for once. Although this combine does look nice clean. Do you think that actually, there's the thing, some machinery looks brilliant. Let's go and turn this off as well. Let's try and turn this off again. See, look, start the engine. It stops when you get in it. Now if I get out of it, it doesn't. If I come back, look, well, I'll come back later and that'll be on again. Some machine looks great dirty, and then other stuff does not. And I've unfolded the header. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to fold the combine. There we go. Yeah, I think some machinery looks better dirty. There we go. There we go. Right. So at least we've got to be able to see what model we've got, right? Daniel Fowler, how do you get the drawer? Because I haven't set it up yet, Daniel. That's one of my jobs for this week, is to try and get that set up. So yes, good reminder. Thank you for that. There you go. Do love this combine though. Absolutely brilliant. Look how happy Argsy is. It's like Christmas and birthdays all rolled into one for Args. Has found a Jeepers Creepers car. I know he did. Right. There we go. Another one done. This baler's an absolute mess as well. Clean machinery in farming is unrealistic. I tell you, if growing up on a farm, I would incline to agree with you, but I do think there are some people do like to have clean machinery. All the contractors used to keep their machines immaculate, and all the farmers used to leave their machines absolutely caked the whole time. Insta wash for the win. Yeah, I don't have it installed, but it is a great mod. It is a great mod. Evening, Fat Rat. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Right, how are we doing? We've got enough fuel. I'm not washing these. Look, I even leave my toilet door open. That's how unsophisticated I am. Oh, better unfold it first. I think we'll put some 10,000 capacity. They'll stay at that. That's good. Stay on that. Devon Phillips, are you use I got the steering wheel? Not entirely sure what you're getting at there, mate. Do I use a steering wheel? Or have I got a steering wheel? A quick answer is yes. Got the heavy equipment bundle from Logitech. Oh, cranky. An internet outage. Wonder how many bales we'll get off this at 10,000 litres. Not that many, I don't think. But they will be quite lucrative, I hope. So we'll soon find out. Ah, the classic the classic autocorrect, Devon. Mark, though, did you miss much? The distillery's up and running, Mark. Took the corn down there, and we're just baling the corn stalks now. So a little bit of money coming our way. Still not quite recovered from the fact I only made 43,000 from those beats. After 3 episodes and just hours of utter misery, we basically broke even on the machinery we had to buy to harvest the beets. I've got the heavy equipment bundle now. I would say this: in all honesty, I've had no issues with it. It's got a suicide knob on it, which is brilliant. But the wheel and the pedals are a bit cheap and plasticky, to be honest. I think if I was going to go again, I would probably look at a better wheel, maybe the Logitech 923 or the 920. But the side panel's really, really good. But again, that have kind of become a little bit redundant. Now I've got Sim Dashboard, because it does everything that Sim Dashboard does, but in a nice graphical way. The only thing that is handy is the joystick on it for front loaders and things like that. So, but then again, for I don't know, 30 quid, you can pick up a nice single joystick. I mean, to be honest, for the same price as the side panel on its own, you could probably pick up a very cheap Android tablet and a single joystick, and it would be equally, if not better, than having the side panel. It's fine. You know, like I said, it has done me no harm, and actually, I would say getting a steering wheel is one of the single biggest improvements you can do for farming sim, without a shadow of a doubt. The fine control, especially from keyboard and mouse. Controller, I think, controller's probably the interim. You get a little bit more, feel through the joysticks. But absolutely, steering wheel completely changes the game for the better. Yeah, it's fine. It's good. It does nothing wrong, but it's just not. It's not a premium feel. Not a premium feel. It's not a Fanatec with force feedback. Let's put it that way. But it also doesn't cost the price of a small car. Sound is underestimated, and actually I think the sound in FS is really good. the ambience they've managed to capture, that kind of outdoor noise, birds and wind and things like that is great. So we are actually going to get quite a lot of bales off this. This is not bad. This is not bad at all. They're not really speed. I was just joking. We were looking at we fired up a Fanatec wheel and with the force feedback box that you attached to it last week, and it was like $2,000. That was without pedals. So you pay 20 quid for a game and 2,000 quid for a steering wheel. Nuts. You think you can buy third-party bolt-on suicide knobs, can't you? Somebody somewhere, I bet you could find something nice off eBay or something. There'll be some third-party or something that you could bolt one on. In fact, you could probably remove it from the G... No, it's probably not. It's too fat, isn't it? Jax, man, how you doing? There you go. GBM just bought a knob at Home Depot. Bolt it on. Keaton, how's it going? The zip tie. Love a zip tie. I'm telling you, still the dream is to get an old John Deere cab, replace the windows with monitors, and have a fully immersive farm simulator. Would the wheel work with laptops? Absolutely, Daniel. It's just a USB connection, so you can plug it into any computer with the USB port. Having trouble with forage harvesters lately. Do you know if you need to play multiplayer to use them? Because on console you can't hire workers. Oh, I don't know. Any console players that can shed some light on why a forage harvester wouldn't work on a console? Ah, very good, Scorpio. I was thinking that and I thought I can't say that. It would be good fun though, wouldn't it? Building something like that. I feel Mrs. FSG would it would have to be built somewhere else. You know, at that point, I would have to have a workspace for doing YouTubing. Can't imagine a full tractor cab sitting in my front room is going to go down very well. Take care, Fusion, my man. Always nice to have you here, mate. And thanks for my cameo in your video this afternoon. That was it's kind of nice watching it from the other side. It was good. Man cave. I do need a man cave. Fortunately, I don't have space for a man cave. Well, that's not true. I do have a man cave. It's got about 6 push bikes in it. And there's not enough space for 6 push bikes and a John Deere cab. Oh, can you imagine, Mike? Yeah, I mean, there's 101 different ways of doing it. If I had the money and the time, I would go to town on something like that. You could get a dashboard. You know, you could. Oh, there's so much you could do. Get rid of the bikes. I've been lazy enough during COVID anyway. If the bikes went, I would be absolutely... I'd be like that dude from South Park in the World of Warcraft episode. That's right, they do, Johan. I've seen that their Combine Simulator. I have indeed, yeah. It's a pretty impressive bit of kit. I'm trying to convince... I should drop John Deere an email and try and convince them to use my sim dashboards as part of their training. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? One way round it, actually, I wonder, Argsy, is if... case you don't row the grass into, you just put a mower head on the front rather than cutting it first and then windrowing it. Just cut it direct. I don't know if there's any direct mower headers available on console or not. There's certainly a couple of nice direct mowers that you can use on PC. Actually, the volume of corn stalks here is huge. These are 10,000 litre bales. Look at how many there are. That would be the day, Mark. Maybe they'd go. Maybe they let me go full time then. I could do a. It's known as doing a Kadurk now. You chuck the day job and you do a. You become a full-time YouTuber. If that day ever comes, I will be the happiest man alive. Because this is so much fun. Honestly. And all I want to do is keep improving and getting better and coming up with new content and stuff. So, I'm definitely going to tap Kadurk up for another chat and a beer in the next few weeks and see how he's got on. Alligator, how you doing? Nice to see you again. Probably should fire up our forage harvester again soon. Do a rather nice corn silage with it, couldn't we? Living the dream. Oh, that honestly, you must wake up in the mornings with just a what shall I do today? Must feel the pressure being off. Must be amazing in terms of the time it gives you. DJ said, I think, didn't he, when you were on the Farm Sim show? I think when you were talking about it, he was like, the difference is amazing. Time to plan stuff. So safe travels on the commute, Scorp. I heard the kitchen's busy at this time of day. Well, there is that, Args, isn't there? We could probably do with a little a guy who knows his way around big machinery and big farms. Yeah, maybe think about that, Robert. That's not a bad idea. I do enjoy a corn harvest, a corn silage harvest. Oh, I love a commute day like that, Scott. Right, this is... I'm stunned at how much... unless it's defaulted back to 4,000. No, they are 10,000 litre bales. So these are chunky bales. And we've got quite a few of them. Let's get this wide piece. And then we'll close it off with these 4 rows. And then I think we'll need to get some digestate on these fields. I want to kind of rotate. We've managed to get all the fields empty again. Kind of was hoping to rotate them a little bit. I think you're right, Edgar. I think you're right. If I get more than 43 grand for these corn stalks, I'm going to... I don't know what I'll do. It might not become a family channel for a while. You might have to close your ears. There you go. Get more thought into things. Yeah, I'm super excited. Super excited. Hey Hal, how you doing? Yeah, those beats are gone forever. Those beats are gone. Let's get these last 4 rows done, and that is I think there's a bit of a money spinner here. Now that straw in the other field is just oat straw. I'm not in any desperate rush to bale that tonight. We'll maybe do it later on. Excuse me. But it's not going to make us much money. The only issue is it's in the way if we want to plant in that field. So I think what we need to do here is get some of these cleared up. Now what I will do with this field, because you can't see where your digestate goes on this cut corn texture, so I'm going to I'll probably run the cultivator over this first. I'm going to contract Scorp to do the beats. He turns up for 3.5 minutes, 1 pass, and he's away again. Right, 2 to go, and then we'll go and get the load. I think there's bales on the loading trailer as well, so we'll run those down quickly. And then it looks like it's probably a load and a half here, maybe creeping up towards 2 loads. And obviously there's that classic, I keep meaning to install, there is a mod that you can install that you can empty your baler completely at the end. So if you've got half a bale in there, it will dump half the bale. Because there's nothing worse than having half a bale sitting in the baler, which could be making you money. So which is exactly what's going to happen here. I'm going to have about half a bale left. There's the other one going, might. Oh, actually we might. No, definitely not. I was going to get excited there. We were going to potentially achieve more than that, but it's not the case. Thomas, what forage harvester is that? That is a little Class Jaguar. I'll drive up next to it in a minute and you can have a look at it. 64%. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll there we go. I think it's V. No. Y. Great to have you here, Dirk. And thanks for the chat, mate. And yes, enjoy dinner. And catch up very soon, mate. Right, let's drop this back. The bale trailer is in here. So we'll dump the baler back in the big shed. Watch it. No. Right, let's get this load. There's about half a straw load on here, and there's one canola bale on the back that I picked up the other day. So we'll run these down, and then we'll come back for the rest. Unfinished FS19 unfinished bales. Is it a mod? It's a GitHub one. It's not available on ModHub or anything like that. Okay, I'll definitely have a look for that. Hey Arctic, how you doing? We finally cut all the beets, mate. We finally got them off at the start of the episode, and it was a bit nerve-wracking because the beet harvester, if you walked near it, it crashed the game for some reason. So you had to be careful about remembering not to do that. So unfinished bales actually unloads the unfinished bales. That's awesome. Is this trailer a mod? It sure is, Ali. It's an auto load mod as well. Garrett, this is a 40 series John Deere. Al, did I find if the white was giving you problems? I think it was now. I'm not looking at the door. I'm not sure if it was the white or not. It could have been the version of Courseplay we were running as well. So there we go. That was not bad. A couple of thousand, 2,500, and that was just cheap bales. Let's go and get the corn stalks now and see how much we're going to make from them. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was the white or it was. I've upgraded my version of Courseplay to see if that changes it as well. It's a good sturdy tractor. This those big tyres I put on it have definitely helped there. And so there's our straw. That's a nice field though. We need to get that planted soon. So here's a bit of a question for probably Argsy and myself. What crops are commonplace in Texas? I know you mentioned a couple of. Cotton was one of them. It is funny, isn't it, Joe? I wonder where they got their sound from. I know this has been on a lot longer than that F350 truck, so definitely sounds more like a 40 series John Deere than an F350 truck. Thanks, Args. So yeah, West Texas or Texas guys, what are common crops up there? Is there a lot of corn, or are you into kind of cotton, sorghum, corn, wheat, corn, maize, lots of hay? Okay. Corn, cotton, grain, sorghum, and what sort of grain, Mike? Wheat, I'm guessing? Probably less barley. Peanuts. What mod is it when you can interact with your vehicle? That's called IC control, but it has to be implemented on the tractor mod as well, or the vehicle mod. So it only works on certain vehicles. There we go. 14. How many have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, only 6 left. Well, let's see what a full load goes for. Monique, nice to see you. Welcome to the channel. Corn, cotton, grain, sorghum and peanuts. And hay. Well, it's nice to have you here, Monique. Great to have you here. I've not bothered strapping these down. Yeah, well, I think we'll do cattle. I think we're going to run the big dairy farm. I'm going to run the big 2,400 herd of dairy. Oh, that field just updated. Oh, we're making progress here. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I've been running it 5 times this evening, and it's the time has passed by. Longhorn ranchers. So we'll do some beef cattle as well, yeah? Right, here we go. 14 bales. Let's see what we get for this. Oh. Bosh. 18,000 in bales. Superb. It's a bit trippy, isn't it? Right, we'll grab those last 6, and then I think we'll go and spread some digestate. C-Mag, hello, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Wrong side of the road. Longhorns are great for ground beef, too tough for steaks. Well, a good bit of Aberdeen Angus for a steak, don't you? Tired. Money creeping up, it is indeed, Mark. That's just creeping towards 100,000 again, which is quite nice. Especially nice as we know there's a lot of whiskey being produced down the road, and we've covered all of that off, which is quite nice. We're in a relatively good spot with machinery. I don't think we need anything huge at the moment. Need to spend a bit of money on seed shortly, but other than that, I think we're in a good spot. Next big purchase? I don't know, Mark, to be honest. I don't know what my next big purchase is going to be, other than maybe thinking about doing a new crop. I need a better beet harvester. The beet harvest has already been sold. That is long gone, and I never want to see it again. I would be interested in doing... We should plant poplars at some point, in terms of, you know, just easing my guilt from chopping so many trees down. But again, I think from a from a cost perspective, I don't think we can afford... I don't think we'll be in a position to be able to afford the machinery unless I go shopping in between now and Sunday and see if I can find some stuff. So, what trailer mods do I have? Loads, Archie. What sort of trailer mod would you like? Total bale count was 20. 23 Jackie, can I join? Unfortunately, it's a single player game, mate, so no joining tonight. What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. Scooter, that's terrible. What do you call a sheep with no legs? A cloud. Root trees, that's not a bad idea, Mark. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if we try and we plant a little orchard. That's not a bad idea at all. Janelle Anderson, what is my favourite mod in FS19 now? There are a lot of different answers to that. There are a lot of different answers to that. Narrow it down, Janelle. Do you want it to be a vehicle, or do you want it to be a mod that helps or allows you to do stuff in game? Because there's a few different ways I could answer that. Sell the bales. There we go. 8,000 for 6 bales. That's nuts, isn't it? I feel we've started something. It's dad joke time, isn't it? Okay. These are terrible. Best vehicle, Janelle. Right, that's easy. Tractor, I would go for the Carl Farms Steiger. Combine, I would go for the Lexion 780 cat coloured US version of the class. What else? The Early Riser Planter from Custom Modding as well. Awesome. Michael! Thank you very much, my friend. That's incredibly kind of you. I will do my very best to keep the content coming, and I hope it's to you guys' liking. Mike! Stop it, man. That's awful. That's actually quite good. I quite like that one. Right, let's go and spread some. In fact, let's cultivate that cornfield. No, let's do some digestate first, and then we'll cultivate after. We'll switch things up. I'm sure you don't want to watch me put digestate on 3 fields back to back. That's kind of dull. Drop that in there. This has got 26 hours on it already, this tractor. Can you believe that? Do I have a mod list or spreadsheet? Unfortunately I don't, Michael. This changes so often in the series that and I just don't have time. Oh look, my biogas is full. I just don't have time to keep it up to date. But if there's anything you see that you're interested in, I mean, everything's available on all the main mod hubs. There's very few unavailable mods here. There's a couple of kind of tweaked or private mods like the blue combine, but even that comes from a base game. Or not from a good base game, but from a mod already that we've just tweaked slightly. Oh, Jeepers Creepers as well. There's nostalgia mods that mean a lot to me. And definitely Jeepers Creepers is up there. And the old Universal tractor as well. That red tractor that we had cost me about $3,000 new, and it did so much work. It was brilliant. I am starting to fall in love with the Fent 1000 though. I got a modded Mike Mitchell version sent to me this week by Mark Thor with triples on it, and it is the business. Scott Fuchs, thank you very much for the upgrade. Welcome to farm manager status. You can go and crack the whip on one of the farms on Homeworld now. Bigger slurry spread is not a bad idea, Arctic. I like the idea of that. I've got to be careful about horsepower for tractors though. Almost tempted to treat myself to a fancy tractor. I will never get rid of Jeepers Creepers, Keith. That's even if it's never used anymore, it will stay as an ornament. Michael, so you have mods that you don't want anyone to use or have. I think the thing is with private mods, they are somebody else's mod that we've adapted slightly. And I think out of respect to the modder, it's not my place to share that. I think that's my thoughts behind it if I've modded anything. But other than that, everything else is available either through the mod hub or from the big mod sites. So I think from that perspective, I think they're easy to find with a little bit of work on Google. What kind of things does a farmer talk about when he's milking cows? I daren't think, Case. Put us out of our misery. It can be used as a bale. I have used it as a bale truck. It's actually a bit of a seed tender now. It's quite good from that perspective. I'm glad we waited for that, Case. That's shocking. Keith, don't encourage him. Right, let's go top this up. It's very quiet this now, isn't it? When you're further away from it. But I need it a bit further out so I can make sure I hit my... Thierry Allaire. Mike, I enjoy Mike Mitchell. Faber, thanks for dropping by, my friend. Thanks for dropping by. Great to see you. Michael, you've been using auto drive but can't find a course to use for Felsbrun. Well, maybe you could be the guy that sets one up and you could enter the world of modding. Should you treat yourself to a new X9 for Bull's Gap? Honestly, I don't think there's a field big enough for an X9 on Bull's Gap. I would treat yourself to the 790 instead. I didn't align myself. Time lapse. I saw your new profile picture. I thought it was looking pretty good, man. Nice bit of work. Good job. Whoa, mind the tree. Laura Farms. I've never watched Laura Farms, actually. I've seen that she does pop up every now and again. go. We've got this set actually quite a nice spray rate, so we can get through quite a decent bit of the field. No phones while I drive, I know. Sorry. Shouldn't be reading my text chat. Jeffro, take care my man. Thanks for dropping in. Great to see you. We'll see you again. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, however much of it is left. I quite enjoy the guys' Carston Farms. I quite enjoy them. Jarrett, how you doing, man? Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. We make your wife jealous when you watch a Laura farm. She is attractive. She's a good looking girl. Ooh, what's Argsy asked for in wheel versions? Yeah, of course I want everything Argsy's got. Don't give him anything I've not got. We're going to run them both on West Texas, so if you could make my logo ever so slightly bigger than his, that'd be awesome too. How did the beet harvest go? It went alright, Jonathan, in the end. We actually got a pretty seamless harvest done after we worked out what was crashing our game, and we just avoided it. Basically, if I got out of the tractor when it was running, it froze the game. There was something, I don't know what it was, something around the harvester that was triggering a crash if you were standing on foot next to it. But actually, if you tabbed to the cab and run it that way, it seemed to be okay. So I have no idea what it was, but we ran it long enough to get the beets out of the ground. And we will never be doing beets again because it wasn't even that cost effective. We got $43,000 back for it, and I think we spent more than that on machinery, so... Yeah, Args. And if you could do, on Argsy's version, Mark, if every time he turns the engine on it went to its full dirt map, that would be brilliant as well. So we can get, yeah, we can get, it's not going to take us long to do this field at all, actually, is it? Not long at all. Cathal, is this on console? No, unfortunately this is just a PC only map. Called Bull's Gap. Right, after this I think what we'll do is we will we'll cultivate that cornfield after we've done this first digestate. I don't think it needs ploughing. We'll have a check on the map, but I don't think it needs ploughing. Who wants to answer the early riser question for Thierry? Because I sure as hell don't know. I think it's something to do with the technology, is it? That the way it puts the seed into the ground is... who knows? Dolan, welcome. How you doing? Nice to see you. Fields normally need ploughing after corn. Well, let's have a look, Cranks, because I think you might be right. Harvested needs ploughing. Yeah, beets and corn both need ploughing. Right, fine. We'll put the plough onto it then. Makes the seeds grow earlier. Argsy, you've memorised that. I should put a track behind the BJ. I would if I had space, but my field's in the way. Maybe you could carve one out. I don't mind the reverse. It's good to practice my reversing because it's bad enough as it is. Yeah, I think this might be one of my next upgrades as a bigger digestate tanker. I think that's fair to say. Although, how many loads have I put on? This is what? This is my third? And we've got a fair way through the field. How about a recentering camera in FS19? Would that be helpful? So you don't have to move your mouse about. At least the option to switch between one or the other. I do like this little tanker though. Does such a good job. Right, now I've got to find my... Don't waste all of your crop. Can't find it on my side panel. Fix camera position. Oh, I should look at that. Keith, take care, my friend. Sleep well. Michael, nice to meet you too. Great to have you here. Self-judgment. Don't worry, so do I. Michael, don't worry, so do I. So, you're not alone there, mate. There we go, self-centering camera. I want some of that. Although sometimes I don't want it. It's for stuff like this I want it. But equally, it's very handy to have the mouse option as well, isn't it? Yeah, I love it in the sun. When it catches the sun, the digestate, the slurry sheen is nicely done. See, there's stuff like that every now and again in FS19. There's just moments when you go, oh, that's really, really nice, isn't it? And that's one of them, the slurry sheen. Is there a way to always get your wheels to go back to center when you let go of the wheel, so you don't have to turn them back each time? I just let go of my wheel, like that. Slurry, digestate, it's the same thing. Okay, my stream is throwing up an error. Sorry guys, I had a little bit of a wobble on the stream there. It went blank for a second, so apologies. You'll probably got a little glitch there. I don't know what that was, but we're back. And it looks like everything's running smoothly again, so sorry for that. Okay, halfway through this field already. It won't take us too much longer. Yeah, it was at my end, that one, Rob. Just totally froze. My stream totally froze. It went from lovely smooth 12,000 kilobits per second to 0. Check my fuel's good now. I've got a quarter of a tank left. It's like an F1 car. It goes faster if you've only got a little bit of fuel in it. Doing the qualifying lap. What we planting next, Mike? One of the fields is going to get some canola in it. Just a bit of a cash crop. I think we'll maybe do another maize silage. One of the fields as well. And then in the other fields, I'm not too sure yet. I always reverse in too close. I need to get it right over the... if I had a bigger tanker, I wouldn't have this problem, would I? There we go. I wish I could sell some of this digester at a decent price. At the moment, it's I don't know, not worth it. But I also don't want to fiddle the numbers too much because I don't want to make it too easy. Corn silage, yeah, I think we'll do a corn silage, definitely. We'll put corn silage. We'll put corn in the beet field, and we'll do a big silage on that because that's quite good fun. And we'll get the little forage harvester out again. And I want to cut a new field as well. I think there's space for a fourth field. Sugarcane. Yeah, sugarcane's a little bit out of the question. Sugarcane and cotton, I kind of think are a write-off just due to the cost of the machinery that we would have to do it. So there are barriers to entry there for sure. Right, let's push on with this. Yeah, I know, Mark, it's not, there's no value in it, is there? It's just a convenient thing to have, but just have to deal with it, I think. Arum, welcome, how are you doing? Alexander, yeah, I can imagine this doesn't smell great either. Smells of farm. It's funny, like Mrs. FSG's not a farmer. And then when we go down to my parents in the summer, or you're driving somewhere and you get the whiff of a bit of slurry being spread on a field when you're in a drive, and I think it smells great. Reminds me of home. But yeah, Mrs. FSG and the kids not so enamoured with it. Not so enamoured with it at all. I'm doing well, mate. Thank you very much for asking. Very kind of you. Yeah, doing really good. Flat to the mat, pedal to the metal. Right, we're going to get this silly little sub thing that sometimes happens on stream, where it decides it wants to catch up with subs from the last week, so it'll either keep going for a few minutes or it'll stop in a minute. I'll keep an eye on it. I know, absolute saving a fortune. Imagine if we were spreading fertilizer on this, it would be hemorrhaging cash. So yeah, it's nice from that perspective to be so self-sufficient. And look, I'm going to have one tiny bit on, and it's going to do that typical thing where it runs out when I've got a tiny little bit left. No, to be fair, there's probably quite a bit left to do, so from that perspective we will go and top up the last little bit, but not too bad. It was fun to watch you try beets and find the mods. I can only imagine what you do with sugarcane. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with beets. Beets are fine. Doing beats on the cheap is not okay. When you've got crappy, cheap equipment, because that's all you can afford, you need a $600,000 Homer thing. Oh, working the frame rate hard going through here. Very excited about the loading of textures on the fly in FS22. I think that'll make a big difference to the game in terms of performance. There'll be less delineation when you pass certain thresholds, like trees spawning in quite randomly, just appearing from nowhere. I think they'll just load in gracefully, which will be brilliant. Be a huge change. Wet soybeans, fresh cut grass, diesel, silage, a milk replacer. Remember that sweet smell of powdered milk? Yeah. Yeah, remember that well. Right, last one. And then we'll... Love the tractor attachments from Homer. Yeah. Maybe I'll look into that case. Maybe I will look into that. Speed, do you think I'm asking too much for 20? Well, to be fair, they've talked a lot already about the game improvements, and some of them I think will make a massive difference. They will make a massive difference. Multi-threading, so they're going to use more than one core of your processor. That's huge. Like I said, those streaming textures, which is the same as the new flight simulator uses. So again, a lot less pressure on... and that's one of the biggest problems at the moment. Everything in the map is loaded in. Can't remember what the other ones are called, but they're gonna unload stuff if it's hidden. So if you've got a tractor that's hiding behind a barn, they won't hold that data in the game. They'll just load it in when you walk around the corner again. I think it's going to be one of the biggest changes in FS22 is the performance stuff. I think that's where they've spent a lot of their time. That, and I really hope they get rid of sync for multiplayer. I have 12 cores on my GPU, in my CPU, beg your pardon. And Farm Sim 19 uses just one of them, or can only use just one of them. I think also the fact that they showed animals in the very first teaser stuff means they're going to do some stuff. Yeah, I agree, Jacob. Even if you've got a 4-core processor, you'll notice a huge difference. Edgar's come up with a brilliant suggestion of putting a path behind the BGA. I thought that's fantastic, Edgar. I'm going to do it. I'm going to call it the Edgar path. Mr. Lantis, how are you, sir? Nice to see you. Right, let's drop this in here. Need a place anywhere mod for console. Unfortunately, it's a scripted mod, so I think that's gonna be unlikely. The Edgar bypass, there you go. There you go, Jacob. That will laugh at FS19, FS22, if it's got multi-core. No, I need the plow, don't I? As per Cranky's suggestion, that we can't. We need to plow after beets and corn, and I can't reverse this. Madison, I did indeed conquer the beets. Yep, we finally got over that hill. And what a relief it was. Probably need a bigger plough as well. I might need to go for the 6 metre at some point, although I don't have the horsepower to pull it at the moment. But maybe it's a tractor upgrade. Do we upgrade a tractor? Ooh. Do we upgrade a tractor? There's a thought. Right. Am I going to plough this by hand? Yeah, let's plough by hand, shall we? And lower. Come on, plough. Right, I'm going to do that thing where I save the game quickly because it's not seemingly wanting to lower. We've had that chat before as well, Edgar. I would absolutely do the same. Why won't my plough lower? There we go. I don't know what was going on there. Right, we're going to be here for a while, I think. Jeez. How many beats for a minute were I going? Yeah, it was 140 beats a minute. It's quite fast. Evening, Brian. How are we doing? Welcome to the stream. What's the difference between a plough and a subsoiler? Can they do the same thing? Technically, yes. Subsoilers basically cut a lot deeper, but they don't turn the top of the soil over as hard. I think it's better for the soil. There's less degradation of the soil. In real life anyway. In the game they pretty much do the same thing. Now you can create lands with a subsoiler too, Case. I can cut a field with a subsoiler. A tree there as well, I need to pick that up. Michigan. Welcome, Brian. Nice to have you here. Feel this is going to take a this is going to take a while. Mike Hansen, thank you very much for dropping in. It's great to see you, and we'll see you again soon, mate. Yeah, keep peeled for West Texas. It does quantum, yes. It's classed as ploughing. So, for example, look, I'll give you a demo. We know we need to plough these 2 fields. So there you go. Even though I'm terrible. And cutting around the edge, you can see it start to cut into the field to get rid of that plough state. Will there be live streams in West Texas? I don't know yet, Rob, but certainly Argsy and I had great fun streaming live on Marksville the other night. So it's definitely not out of the question. Definitely not out of the question. Why am I only using the piddly little plough? I don't have the horsepower to run the anything bigger. I would need to invest in a tractor, and I don't have the money for that either. So I'm stuck with what I've got at the moment. But maybe it is time to start thinking about upgrading a tractor. And I'm only doing this, I would have run the cultivator over this, which would have taken a lot less time. But we did need a bit of required ploughing after running the beets through this and the corn next door. So, but definitely, I think you're right, Jacob. We'll probably need to think about a plough upgrade as one of our next. As one of our next investments. Yeah, the Marksville stream did go well, didn't it? It was interesting to see how we were going to manage it, but actually it worked. It worked pretty well. Yeah, cranky. It was great how many of you watched both streams live. Some comedy about syncing up audio, but once that was working, it'd be great. There we go. Look at that evening sun coming down. Touch wider. We could go for the 6-meter lizard. It's 180 horsepower, and this is only 140. I think 146. So yes, no, we do need to think about. We do need to think about a bigger plough. Definitely, this is not. It's not a long-term solution. Yeah, and then you're into big ploughs, which you basically need a small battleship to power them. No worries, Jacob. You're entitled to your sleep, mate. Don't worry about missing the stream, honestly. $49.55, $228. Yeah, that's still 70 more than I've got in my biggest tractor at the moment. So I do need to think maybe about upgrading tractors if we're going to run these bigger fields. I think 6 meters would be okay for now. I mean, to be honest, I could run this on Courseplay and then it would be, and then just leave it to tick along and do it. But I thought I'd drive it. I thought I'd drive it for you guys. But if you're bored, we can go and do something else. We can go and bale that field, actually, because this could be just done. I can do this off camera for another episode. But Mark, that's not real. We're trying to stay semi-realistic here. I know you can run it off the front, can't you? You can run it off the front of a plough, and it just does a. Is it a bug, or is it supposed to be like that? Nobody's bothered fixing it. No, we will. We'll go and run. We'll run up and we'll go and bale that other field as well, and then that's all 4 of the field. All 4 of the fields ready to be planted. There will be no potatoes next, Polar Bear. No. Definitely not. Set up a course play and go tractor shopping. I would actually take this tractor and go and bale with it. I think these top out about 150, 160 horsepower. So, right, let's abandon this for now, shall we? Let's leave those two edges done. We'll just dump this plough in the corner. We'll come back, and that can. Yeah, we'll set this up next time on a little run. For the Sunday episode. Oh, that's a good point, Mark. Yeah, good if I set the speed. If I set the speed. Right. Let's just check the animals as well. Make sure they're alright. They're making good progress, and do you know what we're going to do? We're going to see how much. Let's see how much whiskey's ready, shall we? Always nice to see. That's the shop. That's not what we want. Let's jump in our tiny little mess. Oh, hello. We should sell some of this, shouldn't we? That is a lot. There's a lot of whiskey ready, and we've got a lot of stuff left. Right. Polar Bear, I did. It was something to do with the beet harvester. I had a little bit of an issue somewhere with it. Water time. There we go. Which leaves me 2. See how much. Oh, actually, let's not be too. Let's not be too hasty with this. Let's make sure the money's good. 1-3, but it's on the way up. I'm going to hold off, actually. I am going to hold off. I think we want, basically, the best price is about £2,000 for whiskey. But yes, that very much could fund a new tractor. Very much. Just have a look and see what we've got, actually. What have we got in mediums? Is there anything in mediums that we could stretch to price-wise? I'm not worried about price-wise. The old big TW30, what's that got? That's only 177 horsepower. TW35, I've got any engine options on this? 186. Do like an old Ford TW25, that's 152, that's the same as what we've got. Yeah, I'm definitely going to wait. I could go for a county, although they're not that powerful. 177. Oh no, hang on a minute. 210. Chip-tuned county. Look at those wheels slackened in. That's quite nice, isn't it? Oh, we've got the 40 series here, which we've got. There's a 65,000 one. Let's see what the biggest engine on that is. So 203, there you go. 4840. 75 grand though, and we've got John Deere. We probably don't want a John Deere, do we? I think we need to spread our wings a bit. Although I do have a lot of John Deeres. The old 8090 series. We could do that, couldn't we? We want the 4-wheel drive. $249. I mean that. It's 133,000. 133,000 for the extra engine size. 105. That's nuts. So the 155 as the base. 188 is 95 grand more. Well, I'm afraid you're done. You're out. Bet you this will be the same. 249. See, that's more like it. 15 grand extra. That's a £100,000 tractor, though. It's quite expensive. Yeah, I think this could be quite nice, couldn't it? This could be quite nice. Okay, well we're pretty close to being able to. I might do a bit of shopping this week. This Argsy swears by this. The dirt map on it's horrendous though. But it's a 305 horsepower tractor, which is pretty nice. Dan Kelly, how you doing? What about the IH Antietam? I might have a look. Is that? Don't know what that is, Tim. Front and back 3-point attachments. Or we just go buy something new. Yeah, I think that case 7200 is potential a potential winner. Now let's just see if there's anything sitting in here that might do the job. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot about these boys. Now, price-wise, these are well within our price range. I know it's another John Deere, but this changes 290 horsepower for 96,000, or 370 horsepower for 99,000. Things just got interesting. I could drop the joules off that as well. Let me see what I've got. There must be a zero price on this. Standard wheel set. Give me a standard wheel set. 16. Is that the cheapest? 95k. What are we doing? The 8960 or the 86? I think it has to be the 8650, isn't it? Slightly more compact. I think that has to be it. Them too big. Do you think this is too big? This one? Do you think the 8650 is too big? If you drop the twins off it, with standard wheels, I'd never need another tractor again, would I? I think I could get a 12 metre plough then, couldn't I? Right, very nice. I'm not getting it just now because I don't need it. But, okay. Thinking ahead. Any old Steigers? Not... have I got any old Steigers? I don't think I've got them installed, but I do have some Steigers definitely in my folder somewhere. No, I don't have any installed, but I do have some old Steigers. Args. Dual wheels and buy it. Older Versatiles. Yeah, I'm going to do a bit of shopping around this week, I think. I think we could find ourselves quite a nice little tractor. I just need to keep an eye on that whiskey. Look at that. Onions. More per 1,000 litres than whiskey. You think that John Deere looks ugly? Which one, Jacob? This one? I think this looks glorious. I think that's magic. Versatiles. Well, maybe we'll do a bit of shopping for a Versatile. See if we can find a nice old Versatile. That's not a bad idea at all. Not a bad idea at all. Man, we're making some whiskey here, aren't we? Jeez. Look at the speed it's growing. 3 more cases there. Let's tot up quickly. Drone with errors, yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on getting a decent one. Robert Hutton, how you doing, Botar? Told you to plant onions. Welcome to the stream, Robert. Right, it's 7 PM already. We are moving at pace through the day. Right, I'm actually going to drop us down to 1 times just so I can... what we'll do, we'll go and bale field 8. And then that is another job done. X blank, what have you missed? What haven't you missed? We got the beats out of the ground, which was traumatic, but it's over. Jonathan, take care. All the best, my friend. Thanks for dropping by. Oh, I appear to have turned. It'd be fun finding the. There we go. Must have hit a button. The whiskey pallet is hollow. Oh, we'll get another corn stalk. We'll get another 10,000 litre corn stalk out of this. That's nice. Nice, thanks, Args. The dog. IMT 5360. Right, we're definitely going shopping. Seems like there's a kind of desire for... there's a desire for an old versatile. We'll maybe have a look into that. Harrison, how are you doing? Nice to see you. John McKinney, down with the deer, right to repair. Here, here. I agree with that. Class Challenger 95E. 510. I think maybe 510's a bit excessive, isn't it? Right, let's skirt around here as quickly as we can. I could have probably windrowed these into bigger piles. Would have made the job a bit faster. In fact, I might do that. 5360. Right, I'm going to dump this on the farmer next door's field. He can just deal with it. I'm going to go and get the windrow. I'm going to make this more efficient. Right, I'll have a look around for some versatiles. So keep an eye open for on Sunday, and we'll treat ourselves, especially if that whiskey price goes up. We'll be rolling in it. I'm going to have to write that down or I'll forget it. There we go. Right, that's the deal. Right, we'll commit to definitely, it'll definitely be a versatile in. We will absolutely buy that. Your wish is my command. What are you saying no to, Case? I'm doing well, Harrison. Thank you very much for asking. Harry Pollard, welcome to the stream as well. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. Right, where's my windrower? Never remember where I park anything these days. Is that it at the back? See if we can squeeze it past the trailer. What are you just knowing at, Case? Come on, spill the beans. Andrew, you live not far from the Versatile in Winnipeg. That's interesting. Another Canadian. Winnipeg's in Canada, right? It's not in Alaska. Just about embarrassed myself with my geography there. Thanks, Mobius. Panicked for a second then. Yeah, we have a few Canadians in the chat, Quincy. We do. There's always a good few Canadians. Have I worked on my tractor project at all? I have, Robert. We started it up before. Now, can I fit 3? Ah, just not wide enough for 3 rows together. That would have been good, wouldn't it? Well, have to be 2. 2's better than 1 though. It's going to be half the passes in the fields. Oh, I don't know, Scorp. It's going to probably a pretty close run thing. We might be able to do the big reveal of the Fordson at the weekend as well. If you didn't know, which you wouldn't have, because why would you? Sunday is in fact my birthday, so I think that would be an ideal time to reveal the Fordson, the restored Fordson, wouldn't it? And I've been told by Mrs. FSG I'm not allowed to play FS on my birthday. I can have a day off. FS19 player, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Edgar, you might be the only Portuguese. We have got quite a few. I tend to have quite a few Brazilian folk in here, which is always nice. So I know it's not the same, but you guys could probably understand each other, couldn't you? Thank you, Tim. That's very kind of you. Oh, many happy returns, Rob. May's an awesome month to be born. Obviously I'm biased. Of course I'm going to say that. Harry Pollard, I am using a steering wheel. Yes, indeed. Hey, Grey Devil's birthday too. They're all coming out of the woodwork now. May the 20th. There you go, Andrew. Told you. Not as good as you. I disagree with that, Matthew. Only because it's my sister's birthday in June. And I'm, of course, better than my sister. Because that's the way it goes. Love a bit of sibling rivalry. Keeps everybody on their toes. Well, I'm quite excited about doing a little bit of versatile research over the next day or so. There we go, we've put Case in a little timeout for spamming the chat with nonsense. No, maybe 8, Mark. +1 for June. I see, I knew there was something wrong with the ARGs. I would not tell it. Oh, you bet I would, Jacob. No, not that one's not on my end, Rob. That lag spike. I'm all green here. I'm no issues. That might be at your end. That one. Argsy, you're a legend, mate. Thank you very much. I will happily check those out. It's one of those tractor brands. It doesn't like naturally come into my head as something to check out, but I do love them when I see them. So. Yeah, we'll definitely have a look at that, I think. Dan Kelly, how do you donate to me? There's at the bottom of the chat there's a little $sign, but please don't feel like you have to donate. You don't have to do that. No requirement to donate. No, I think she's got some plans for me. I don't know what they are. But she's usually pretty good with the ideas for the birthdays, so I'm quite looking forward to the fact that I need to get myself organised and get my vids ready early. You always save the best for last. December babies for the win. I had friends who were, when you were kids and you had your birthday in December, and they used to moan that they had to wait an entire year before they got presents again. I used to gloat in the half-year glory of... Hey, Cranky! Thank you very much, my friend. You're a gentleman. Much appreciated. I'll take it as my dealer fee for supplying the class Lexion, shall I? You're what keeps us going. Oh, thanks, Matthew. That's a nice thing to say. Dan Kelly as well. Thank you very much, Dan. That's incredibly generous of you. I'm touched. Yeah, there's nothing worse, was there, Tim? Combined Christmas and birthday presents. Ah, but if you're in May or June, Quantum, and then you get them in December, it's only 6 months between. Hey, Dan Kelly, what a... There you go, name up in lights. Much appreciated, Dan. That's incredibly generous of you. Thank you, sir. You're a gentleman. They'll get bored middle of the afternoon anyway and be like, oh, just go and play some farm sim, we want to watch TV. No, Thierry's a 29th of February guy, is he? Ben Walmsley, what's a good mod site for PC? Oh, any of the big ones, Ben. I use FS19 .net quite a lot, just because there's a lot of choice on there. But yes, mods is good. Mod Network's good. Just make sure that you're on a mod site that supports modders. Don't go for one of the ones where the mods are uploaded by visitors. They aren't. They're not always the best quality. So yeah, just be mindful of that. Always try and support the modders where you can. Also, go and follow the modders on Facebook as well. Follow their channels on there. You'll get a lot of information about what's coming next, and supports them as well. So definitely make sure you do that. Get past 60 and you don't care about birthdays. Tim, get past 40 and you don't care about birthdays. Definitely not into celebrating getting older. FM Lexa, hello, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right, did I miss a bit up here, or have I got everything? See, that's going to cut down the amount of passes we do with the baler. Oh yeah, we've got all this here, haven't we? Right, let's just tidy up this so it's easier to pick up, and then we'll jump in the baler. This was one of my goodbyes, was this little windrower. Well, not so little, but this windrower. I think we might just do 20,000 litre bales. Let's ramp it up to the biggest bales we can, because there's not much money in this. Hey, Cranky, never too old to discover new stuff. I love mountain biking too. Wow, look at the time, guys. 5 minutes to go. See what happens when you're having fun? Konstantin, welcome from Germany. Great to have you here. Great to have you here, my friend. So it looks like we're not going to get the baling done tonight. Matthew, the little dollar symbol under the chat window. But like I said, please don't feel obliged to donate. I'm just glad that you're all here, joining in the chat, however nonsensical it might be. Sorry, Cranks. Like I said before, if it was my day job, if I was in the cadet school of getting up in the morning and YouTube being my job, I would be a very happy man. But at the moment, I can't do that. So go and tell all your friends to sub to me and watch my stuff. And then I can do this full time. Hey, Addicted to Bread is back. You're late tonight, mate. We're just about to call it for the evening. Well, I think we've done a power of work tonight. I think it's fair to say, haven't we? We've got through a lot of stuff. Yeah, I agree, Scorp. All the luck in the world to Kadek. He is honestly, genuinely the loveliest guy. I've had some nice little Zoom chats with him, and he's just a stand-up bloke, just a lovely, lovely guy. And you know what? I think you see the effort he puts in. He put the effort that he puts in. It's impossible to not be successful, right? The guy's a machine. Squeeze this in at the back. There we go. Cut that off. We'll run back up for the baler. What are the whiskey prices at now? Let's have a good point, Rob. We'll have a check on that. Yep, still climbing. 1400, I think. We'll just need to keep an eye on that. I might keep an eye on that through the night, because what we don't want to do is for it to keep climbing and then drop. Hey, Scott George, how you doing? Long day, mate. Well, I can relate to that. It's now midnight here. And I hit 100,000 full time. I hope so. If I hit 100,000. Got a stupid potato harvest to have hit 100,000. Don't really want to hit 100,000. Oh. Very excited for Argsy's new survival series. Next episode. The tone has been set very early with that. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Right, let's crank this right up to... I don't think I can change this until this bale is finished. Oh no, I can. Look at that. 20,000. Can't be any worse than Beats. Nothing is worse than Beats. At least I'll be able to fund it with some big machinery. That's the only blessing. It's not going to be on a shoestring budget. Ooh. Well, I think I'll crack on and get this field finished, chaps, and chapesses. Apologies, ladies. And we'll call it a night there. But as always, you're absolute legends for sticking with me. It's been really good fun, as always. Always nice to... Well, tonight's topic ended up being birthdays, didn't it? So, there you go. We didn't talk about food tonight. So, thank you all very much. Great to have you here. Thank you very much for all the super chats. In fact, let me do the appropriate thing and say a big thank you to... Oh. I was going to read them out, but I've only got Dan Kelly there. So Dan Kelly, everybody else who donated tonight, I apologise. I don't know why I can't see you. There's something funny going on tonight with things, but I appreciate you all. It's incredibly generous of you, and we'll be back very soon. No video tomorrow night because I haven't done one. And I've got a busy day at work tomorrow, so we'll probably move tomorrow's vid to Friday. But yeah, fun stuff to come. West Texas with ARGs is not far away, and we've got lots of stuff to do. Got a few little things up my sleeve which you might enjoy. So thanks as always for the support. It's always great having you here, guys, and have a lovely rest of the week, and we'll be back very soon. But all the best for now. Take care. Bye for now.